1, 2, 3, go. Yes? Oh my gosh, she got up right when I did that. Yes? Yes?
1, 2, 3, go.
Yes? Yes? Come here. Hi, I'm Tom.
I'm Galen.
And this is Disco. And we are your 15 minutes of fume. As foretold by the prophets, we are here today to sniff the recent lunacy perfumes known as 5 paintings that smell like fickle March weather.
Fickle March?
Marge.
Just kidding.
No, that's great, and if it reads audibly, then all the better. I think it's so funny that we did these paintings that smell like February, paintings that smell like fickle March weather, and I'm like, to be honest, all weather is increasingly fickle, and at some point, any painting could be of any weather, literally anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Fickle or otherwise.
Right. It's just like, nope. I mean, it is currently late April, and it's very nice and cool, and it was like kind of foggy, cloudy this morning here. Later it'll be like, 80 degrees and sunny. Like, everything is all swirled up weather-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I like these paintings that the perfumes are inspired by because they reflect a simpler time when weather was more predictable, except for in March.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Always tricky, that March. For those who don't know, it's basically kind of a synesthesia experiment where our perfumer finds paintings that she can just smell with her brain, and then she performs the correct, magical movements that allow us to smell them with our brain via her brain.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Kind of. No, I get it.
I get it.
It's a lot of nose to brain to nose to brain.
It's all nose to brain, right, Disco? So,
Nose to what?
We have 5 of these. I'm kind of excited to start with this first one because they're just, I think, alphabetical in the category, but A Wet Moon, Putney Road. A painting by John Atkinson Grimshaw. The painting that is the most Grimshaw-looking painting you could ever see. Beautiful wet moon shining over Putney Road.
That little hint of moon through the trees is like, it's like incredible.
Extremely wet.
Wonderfully captured in paint.
Putney Road. Take me home. No. You
So what is this?
Looked at the camera like Valerie Cherish. From the description, I was like, this is something I have to smell.
Mm-hmm.
Rain Slick Amber, Gaslight, and Moss.
Yes, Gaslight.
Okay. Gaslight is a scent note in this perfume.
Not like you're being lied to.
What I think is really interesting is I've wanted to promote this perfume so much online, related with like some kind of gaslight pun. And here's the thing. Like the term that everyone is familiar with in one form or another, like actually pertains to like an established form of psychological abuse. So it's like not super, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't make like some joke about it, even though the meaning of that has popularly been warped thanks to like Twitter and TikTok. So outside of like its original description that literally anything that anyone is doing, including me telling you this right now, could be misconstrued as gaslighting. So it's officially meaningless.
We're just talking about lights fueled by gas.
Now this, in this
Which
perfume,
is how it used to be.
Is truly just describing the gas light of antiquity.
Mm-hmm.
Not the contemporary. It's not a commentary on the gaslight phenomenon or pseudo-phenomenon or counter-pseudo-phenomenon that we are enjoying right now as a culture.
Yes.
So, with that being said, let's smell let's gaslight ourselves.
I would like to.
Let's do it. I love a long, lengthy disclaimery preamble. I love a perfume that requires one. There is like okay, so in the bottle, I get this like the amber, which is this lovely familiar scent, and then there is like a fuel smell.
Yeah, like amber, fuel, and rain.
Like the fuel too, it's like there's just something unsettling where I'm like, is it markers? Is it gasoline? Like, is this going to be like dominant on the skin, or is this one of these things like in Nightmare Before Christmas where like the vapors rise out of it in a skull shape, you know, and then dissipate? But like this wonderful kind of sweet, sticky, almost honeyed amber mixed with this kind of like forbidding, you know, dark, possibly poisonous smell.
Yeah. And moss.
Cool.
Moss is there.
What is more like, you know, Victorian goth than this? Anything? I don't know.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know how maybe is an answer to that question.
Oh, I don't. Me either. So do I.
Are you gaslighting me, girl? Okay.
Yeah, there is like a weird kind of hint of gasoline in there.
Something, but it's like, here's what's so funny.
Not in a bad way.
No, and between like, it's like there's like a mossy, stony quality to it. Like it really has, like it smells like a place, you know, like, can you hear, I don't know if this will read on camera, but him like slobbing.
It definitely will.
Slobbing that bone down there.
He's chewing on a bone. Sorry about
I'd rather
that.
hear that than a leaf blower.
Yeah.
I love this. I like a perfume that kind of sends up a warning flare, you know? Like, it doesn't let people rest too easy. This is, like, really enticing. And the amber, I think, is the kind of, exactly the kind of thing that would, like, lure someone in, but then it has these kind of brambles that one would have to kind of, like, delicately step over and around in order to, you know, get cozy with you.
It's so, like, so surreal.
Yeah. But smelling it and looking at the painting at the same time, it's like...
I mean, like, I can feel it.
Right.
Like, I can hear the I almost said leaves, the wheels on the road, and the rain, the wet sound. You know, it's just like a really...
The wet sound. Yes, it is a...
yeah, wet, you know, the wet sound of rain.
It has like a...
Wet...
There's that kind of like greeny black, you know, murk to it.
Yeah.
And then these kind of like the luminous, the amber just kind of like setting the moon aloft. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is fascinating, and I want to wear this. I want to challenge myself to wear this a bunch. This would be beautiful to wear like a going out at night scent, honestly. It's like when you want to become the night.
Yeah.
You know? This is what you wear. Like, I like a scent that reminds you of your purpose in whatever you were doing. Like, 'cause, you know, you tune it out after a while, and then you're like, but you catch a whiff of it, and you're like, oh yes, I am the night. Don't forget, I am the night. Like, we were talking about in Russian Doll when Natasha Lyonne, like, just, like, swashbuckling around in the New York City streets, and it's like, how do you get that sense of purpose in your momentum through life? Fragrance, I think, could be a big part of it, and I would love to know what her character smells like. Hopefully it's a perfume, because otherwise she doesn't look like she smells that great, you know?
I feel like there's definitely a cigarette component,
it's like
sure.
A cigarette and personal hair aroma. Camera wobble thanks to dog wandering. But like, what is the fragrance of that character? And I bet it has like a swagger to it, and this is like maybe something.
Yeah, I feel like this is not too far off.
Right.
Yeah, definitely got some rain-soaked swagger.
Aspirational. Yeah,
late night rain-soaked swagger. Hey, what?
It is weirdly too. I almost want to say that there's something leathery in it, in that it's like, as this is wearing, I just think it's settling into some kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of Black Rider, which is amber, another dark amber heavy.
I do get that. I understand that.
So if you're scared of the fumes, I would say that it's an ephemeral part of this experience. It's got a gasp of gaslight, and then, yes, I got booped just now. Come on, come here. Come here, you. Someone wants some belly rubs. Who's got a belly?
Do you?
Does he look happy?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want this to be like
smile.
15 minutes of animal abuse. Okay, go.
Go.
Go. So next we're moving on to almond blossoms. I mean, talk about Fickle, going from Putney Road, taking you home, to this beautiful light Van Gogh painting that looks like it might be on some kind of upholstery in a very rich lady's house. You know? Delicate, light, swirly, some rough edges, just beautiful. Almond blossoms, toasted almonds, and cream petals. Which is funny because that's not like literal, right? Like cream petals. It's just like...
Isn't that how cream's made?
It's just...
cream grows on trees, you know. It's in petal form.
It comes in petals. It's just expressed, steam distilled from petals. It's just describing the petals here. That's all it is. Almond blossoms, toasted almonds, cream. It's just like going to be the almondiest, creamiest almond that ever creamed.
Cream almond, nerf.
Like, it's funny because almond is a note already that in the bottle can be really dominant because of how potent it is.
Almond is a note I would use to describe. It really though. I mean, it was like right here, and I was like, almond.
Almond.
Not in a bad way because I like that smell, but.
No, it's just like...
Oh my god.
Like, if almond lovers, this is it. This is King Almond. It's a little bit of everything. It's got like it has this like light, milky filminess to it that kind of fills in all the cracks around like every other part of like the almond life cycle. You got your blossom, you got your like husk, you got your nut meat. Just trying to... articulate nut meat.
Nice and toasty and creamy.
Yes, it's like anything that you could possibly make out of an almond put together in one concoction. I'm not like... I like the scent of almond, and I have enjoyed scents that have it. It's never been something that I have sought out exactly. Okay, so I know not everyone is a marzipan fan. Marzipans, as they call themselves. But that's my happy place for this. It's like that actual Italian bakery marzipan made in the form of like a sardine or a broccoli or something wacky, but it's super fresh, wonderful, made by hands instead of like French robots marzipan.
French robots.
Wow. Like, really... beautiful, incredibly edible.
Don't, but yes.
No, don't. Whatever.
But
you're
yes,
like, oh, it's
just like so toasty and warm and like fresh baked goodie and like, oh my goodness, I want to eat this.
It's
but
so
I can't.
possible to eat more marzipan than you should or initially wanted to. That this perfume will satisfy that craving for me until the end of time. Like, this is the experience I'm chasing, and I could just, like, smell myself and brush my hair and have a much better time than having, like, the, you know, marzipan tummy troubles.
It's just, like, as it settles and stuff, it's just, like, incredibly smooth and, like...
If you want to make your experience of literally any fragrance more almondy, do some layering with this.
Yeah.
If your complaint about literally any other fragrance is could
lacks
use more almond,
yeah.
lacks almond, we have the solution. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can tell too as it dries down that it's going to leak. It's going to leave like a milky film, scent wise. Like I can tell that this is drying down into like a creamy blossom. That's just going to linger for a long time. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
How March.
Yeah.
And somewhat in the same vein, we're moving on to Bullfinch and Weeping Cherry. Uso Shidarezakura. Did I say that even remotely correctly? Painting Katsushika Hokusai. And the scent notes are beautiful cherry blossoms with upside down burb. Weeping cherry blossoms, pink musk, woad, black plum, benzoin, tuberose, and incense smoke. Now, woad, in the BPAL parlor group on Facebook, I can't find it now, and I can't remember what post it was or who was talking about it, but they were saying that woad is like a component in when they do hand dyeing fabrics. It's a yellow-flowered European plant of the cabbage family, and they were saying how it's formerly grown as a source of blue dye. So this is like a natural dye component, and they were saying they were really curious to smell this because when they use it in dyeing, it's a really intense scent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, if whoever, maybe someone can help if you're watching, remember that conversation, because scrolling through this trying to find it, I'm like lost. I can't find it. So, I don't know how prominent the woad is in this. I'm impressed that we have woad and put it in a scent. So,
yeah,
I'm expecting some kind of like, cherry blossom floral incense situation, but I really don't know what to expect. So, let's find out. Anything that's in there that's intense and weird, we'll just attribute to woad. Oh. What an interesting swerve from the almond blossom, because in my brain, somehow stupidly, I assumed there would be overlap between these two just because of the paintings.
Incredibly different blossoms.
Yes! I love that there's this like hint of the light, airy cherry blossom sweetness. Something about the incense and the tuberose is really giving me some kind of like extremely fancy, I was gonna say like soap. Not that this smells soapy.
No, but I get that, like a fancy...
Yes, a lush, like clean, light, like breezy floral. So like there's some deeper, darker notes, like kind of giving a nice base to this.
Yeah, they're rising up. And then the pink floof.
Yes, and there's just kind of like a haze of pink floof around it. Can I smell the bird? Okay. I'm like, oh, he loves it. It's probably just because I gave him a treat, and he's like, where's
more?
Did you find that treat that I threw?
He didn't even look.
You did. That's why he didn't even get his treat. I like a hungry noise. I make that noise in response to certain perfumes here all the time. All right, well, I'm gonna put some on the skin, and we'll just see. We'll see what we get.
We shall see what this woad takes us to.
Oh no. Putney woad. See, it keeps going. It just spirals into madness.
Oh, wow. Okay. Instant plum hit. I'm smelling the plum a lot more on the skin.
Is it this you're after, or is it the treat? He is still kind of reacting, and I think it might actually be weirdly to this perfume. Yes, I guess I am getting it too. I hadn't really thought of it.
The pink musk is really interesting, and again, it's like adds the floofiness.
I'm getting less of that kind of soap, like fancy soap smell on the skin.
It becomes more fruity and like
incensey.
Incense smoke, yeah. Oh wow. Whoa.
Like the smoke has come out. Yeah. But there's still, I mean, this is like a really interesting, like, weird outdoor spring smell. It's like spring is that season where you can smell too many things at once.
Yes.
Suddenly.
Yeah.
Because winter has a tendency, like, the winter has its own smells, but, like, often it silences a lot of smells because cold just, like, interrupts, the way that we...
Snuffs everything out.
Smell things.
Yeah.
A little moisture, a little warmth, and suddenly, you don't know what's out there to smell. Yeah, this is a little kind of gentler and cozier and warming up on the skin in ways where it was kind of competing with lamb chop for airtime. Never thought I'd say that. I'm glad he has found a toy that he likes. I mean, the almond one was just so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a relatively dry. So like it's like the incense. It's just kind of much more serious.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what's interesting too is like this is like it's a dark blue in the painting, and the bird like takes up like a lot of it. So I like that there's just like kind of all these like layers of tones and elements here. Because that other one, the almond blossom one, it really kind of, even the painting was just like, this is what you get. You got these colors and these visual elements, and like that's literally it. And now we've got like handwriting. Ooh. Shall we smell Spring's Awakening, The Snow Maidens, a painting by Henrietta Ray?
Yes.
So we have in the painting 3 nude or partially nude snow maidens looking up in wonder at what one assumes to be like the snow
Right.
falling. Or
maybe.
I don't know. Maybe someone just like threw
Maybe it's like a helicopter.
frisbee. It's a drone.
It's a drone. They're like,
What is that?
Okay.
Okay.
It's a messenger from the gods.
It's a drone. A flurry of snowflakes, a light on a blanket of snowdrops, leucojum, white hellebore, and white jasmine. White flowers. Snowflakes on white flowers. That's what you're getting.
Leucojum.
It's a new arthritis medication. Ask your doctor if leucojum is right for you.
Apply to the joint.
It's a small genus of bulbous plants native to Eurasia.
Okay.
It's part of the amaryllis family. They're delicate.
But it's a white flower.
Yes.
Also known as a snowflake. Did you see that?
Yes, but like, what am I supposed to do with that information?
I don't know. It's just going with the snow theme.
Yeah, right. That's how she ended up here.
Oh.
Woo! Wow. Oh my god. So like so many of our snow scents are usually like very wintry, and it's so funny because I mean once there was a blizzard on my birthday once in New York on April 7th, and it's something very weird about a spring snowstorm. How about that? This is like a white, light, heady, floral blast that has been imbued with a winter chill.
Mm-hmm. Snow jasmine.
Snow jasmine. How fascinating. This is a really strong perfume. I like it when there's like a standout note like that I would recognize, you know, in a floral bouquet, and then other stuff that is like I can't recognize. It's like I can hear the melody of a song and I don't understand any other part of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This is gorgeous. It really reminds me of New Orleans. But that's the jasmine, right?
Yeah.
There's a greenness to it for sure. That's like, there's like stems in here. And I think that's what really makes this like a springy snow floral. Instead of just going some kind of like wintertime fantasy bouquet. That smells like it's hope and optimism.
Yeah, it does.
I can't relate, but I am drawn to it.
But I've heard of it.
I recognize it. I'll know it when I smell it. Beautiful. I love that there's just kind of like a variety of tones in the florals. Like it's like different whites, you know, like a creamy white and a cool white and a, you know, eggshell. Name other whites. It's like the white paint strip. No.
Snow White.
Sure.
Oh my god.
It's got a real dampness to it, and
does.
I find that fascinating.
Yeah, there's like it's like a mineralic almost.
Yeah. But it's not like an aquatic fragrance, really.
No.
It's like this. It's just such a weird, juicy green floral.
Yeah.
With like a hint of that like damp chill. Absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And strong enough to where I feel like if anyone walks in the room when you're wearing this, they will immediately smell it.
Yes. Immediately.
Immediately.
And they'll point fingers at you and go like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
They'll run up against it like a force field, you know,
Yeah.
just like.
Repeatedly.
And then, like, passing through it will just like turn their hair white at the temples, like
Yes.
Joe Beth Williams.
Yes. Jobeth Williams.
Jobeth. I wonder if
Don't
she
you think
was
it looks kind of punk?
ever attempted to go by Job.
Job. Call me Job. Job F.
Okay,
Well,
well,
that's really derailing.
yeah,
but
we've exhausted the potential of this
this
entire
is
subject.
So beautiful.
The last one is called TRIEST, WILG
Okay.
by Victor Olgay. I don't really know
Old
anything that I'm saying. Old guy. It's not old guy. It's Olgay.
Oh, sorry.
Beautiful, like outdoor. Is that like a water scene?
It looks like water and like
Is it a house on the edge of the water?
and bare trees.
Am I looking at a puddle with like a rock in it? It's hard for me to tell. It's, you know, like impressionistic.
Right.
Is that right?
And what's your impression?
My impression is that I would like a sweater, please, and that I might be already holding a warm beverage in a thermos. It's that kind of painting.
Cold out here on the sunset.
I saw a lot of these kinds of views when I was a child and had to go like hunting or whatever, or fishing with my dad or male relatives because they have to go do all of that at like a horrible hour. So you're trying to have this beautiful aesthetic experience while there's just like a bunch of like smelly men around hoping to kill things. The last glimmer of light against a deepening darkness. Oh, so it's like a sunset. Peach-tinted amber, bitter lemon, and king mandarin dipping behind tall, dry grasses shadowed with myrrh, black frankincense, labdanum, lavender mist, gray lilac, and a blackish-red musk. Okay. Lots of elements here. It really reminds me of some of what we smelled recently with the February paintings. You know, you've got like a whole... Oh, wow. It's like fully derailed my brain. I cannot...
What am I even smelling?
Talk idly while smelling this. First of all, that amber is fucking gorgeous. It is just lightly peach tinted. I do get a hint of that. And those like other fruit notes are here just kind of giving this like this warm, like liquid glow. Just like the painting.
Like resinous citrus.
Yes.
Like, right?
Right, because then we've got these like deep, dark incense and musk elements that are just like conspiring to do evil. And then this haze of like the lavender and lilac. So like, this is amazing. It's like relaxing, but like not too relaxing, if you know what I'm saying. I'm putting a lot of this on. I'm committing to the, what is it, the name? The TRIEST WILG lifestyle. I don't know what that means. I'm stupid. I guess I could Google it. That's what we all do when we don't know things, right? Sad willow. So it's Dutch. Okay?
Okay.
So we all went on a learning journey. Wow. It's impossible to be too sad when you're smelling this because that sun is just right there. But it is definitely encroached upon from all sides by these other elements.
It's very dry. Like it's not like a wet citrus. It's more of a like dry citrus, I guess. And like I said, resinous. Like,
yes, there's like a kind of a crumbly incense like thing rising up from it.
Yeah.
Which I just love.
It's a really interesting intersection of smells.
I want this. I have it.
Hey, you got it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Ta-da!
Like all of these things kind of, it's like a group of friends who are all cutting off each other's sentences in a conversation and you get the overall impression, but it's like the mandarin never quite gets to complete its thought. The lavender never manages to fully formulate. You know, like the amber like starts to like say something, but then like the musk like picks it up and takes it in a different direction. And you know, it's just having this big like Sex and the City roundtable discussion. Fascinating.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite kinds of perfumes I've discovered from doing all of this, is how often it just kind of gives the mind something to just like wander through. You know, like I do love something that is like singular in focus or something that is like so blended that you can't tell, but I love the chase, you know? I love it when I'm chasing notes in a loop. I think it's because my brain is scarred from social media, and I'm like, it's like the olfactory equivalent of like scrolling. But this is gorgeous. Mellowing down, I'm getting a little more of the peachiness.
Yeah.
A little more of the amber.
I'm a big fan of like a peach amber. You know, that's just a delightful scent combination.
It is, but there's enough going on here that it's not like stomping me with like...
It's not just peach amber. I mean, there's a lot going on, but I do love when peach and amber join forces.
I don't feel indoctrinated by the peach amber agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just literature which you can read at your leisure if you want. There's something like, okay, there is something kind of like sharp and herbal in there. It's got to be the grass notes. and that kind of like tug at you and keep it like kind of serious instead of getting too comfy, too mellow. It's got like these like dark spots that are like, don't rest too easy, like something scary could happen.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, thank you. I appreciate the heads up. Like, maybe don't stay out past sunset on this night, for the moon is full and the beast wanders. Just fucking gorgeous. It really reminds me of the Who Can Fight Against Despair or whatever collection that we did earlier in the pandemic that was about different times of night, like the different twilights and the nighttime.
Oh yeah.
This is fully in step with that kind of, with that group of perfumes. If you liked those, you have to get this. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. It's just been decreed. She done and did that for you. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna be sad that we did 2 kind of days in a row of filming with these synesthesia scents, with paintings and scents, and I kind of really love that. I guess we're gonna be wandering into the shungas soon, which are all artistic interpretations of like paintings, but that's different because there's like fisting.
Very different kind of paintings. Less nature oriented. Though some of them have nature scenes.
And some of them there's just nothing natural about what's going on. Not to kink shame.
You can never go back after seeing them.
Right. You're never the same after you've looked at the shungas.
You really aren't.
And I'm not gaslighting you.
No.
That's that Gaslight one?
Yeah, that and the Almond are my favorites. I think they're all incredible standouts in their own ways, but the Wet Moon and the Almond Blossom...
Wet Moon is just so original. And then that last one with the Peach Sunset, I'm just going to be thinking about that for a long time.
The Wet Moon thing is just so fascinating. I mean, it really just, there is like that kind of industrial smell, but it really just has like that wet, like rainy night.
I love a rainy night. That was my favorite song when I was a child.
Fucking fascinating.
What was it? Eddie Rabbit? Was that who did it?
I have no idea. I lived under a rock for a long time.
Yeah, that was Eddie Rabbit. I lived under a rock for a long time. And he's not kidding. It's not a euphemism.
It was under a rock.
It was a rather large rock.
What's the large rock? I'm tall. But no. I didn't really. Anyway, going back to Putney Road.
Yeah, we're getting back into like weird NPR, just like blabber. So I guess that means it's time to stop. We're just awash in feelings and memories and aesthetic experiences, and hopefully wherever you are, you have enough scents close at hand to where you can have a comparable experience on your own. And if not, get some of these.
Yeah.
So we will be coming to you soon with more fragrant reviews. And now the dog is completely passed out on the floor, so we won't even rouse him for a farewell. You'll just have to take our word for it.
He says
Again,
goodbye.
Not gaslighting. He's there.
He's there.
Not questioning your reality. Okay.
Okay. Goodbye.